Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. I am Pradeep Kumar from KVS. Today we are going to study the chapter number 1, Human Geography, Nature and Scope of class 12th Geography textbook, Fundamentals of Human Geography. This chapter will be discussed in two parts, part 1 and part 2. In this part, the students will be able to achieve the following targeted learning objectives. The objectives are: number 1, introduction of geography as a discipline; number 2, difference between physical and human geography; number 3, definition of human geography according to different scholars; number 4, dualism or dichotomy in geography, and the fifth one is nature of human geography. Dear students, this chapter is all about the human geography, but we are going to start this chapter with an introduction of geography as an academic discipline. Students, you have already studied the term geography in class 11th. Can you define geography? Geography is the study of places or the earth surface and the relationships between people and their environments. As far as the field of study of geography is concerned, it is integrative, empirical and practical. What does it mean? It means geography is related to different subjects such as political science, history, economics and many more. Moreover, it is verifiable by observation or experience rather than theory, and it is practical too. Therefore, we can say that the reach of geography is extensive, and each and every event or phenomenon which varies over space and time can be studied geographically. Dear students, there are two major divisions of geography. Can you name them? Yes, you are right. The two major divisions of geography are: number 1, physical geography, and number 2, human geography. Let us understand first what is physical geography. Physical geography is the study of lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. These are called domains of the earth. Lithosphere includes landforms, drainage, relief and physiography, whereas in atmosphere we study its composition, structure, elements and controls of weather and climate, temperature, pressure, winds, precipitation, climate types, etc. And in hydrosphere, oceans, seas, lakes and related features with water realm are studied, while the biosphere is the narrow zone where we find land, water and air together, which contains all forms of life. My dear learners, each domain, whether it is lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere or biosphere, is very important for human beings. For example, landforms provide base for agriculture, industries, transport and communication, water to rivers and settlements, etc., while climate influences our house types, clothing and food habits. Climate also affects the vegetation, cropping pattern and livestock farming, whereas ocean provides food, water transport and influence the climate. They are the source of hydrological cycle, and biosphere is the zone where life exists. I hope you understood that what physical geography is. Now, we move on to the next major division of geography, and it is, yes, human geography. Do you know what is human geography? Human geography studies spatial relationships between human communities, cultures, economies, and their interactions with the environment. In other words, human geography studies the relationship between the physical and the human worlds, the spatial distribution of human phenomena and how they occur, the social and economic differences between different parts of the world. Let us discuss some definition of human geography given by different scholars. First of all, according to Friedrich Retzel, a German scholar, he says that human geography is the synthetic study of relationship between human society and earth's surface. Here, synthetic study means the combined study of societies and the earth's surface. So, synthesis has been emphasized in the definition of Retzel's definition, while according to Ellen C. Semple, an American geographer, human geography is the study of the changing relationship between the unresting man and the unstable earth. What you have noticed in her definition is that dynamism in the relationship is the key word. Another definition of human geography is given by Paul Vidal de la Blache, a French geographer. According to him, conception resulting from more synthetic knowledge of the physical laws governing our earth and of the relations between the living beings which inhabit it. It means human geography offers a new conception of the interrelationships between earth and human beings. Finally, it can be concluded that human geography studies the impact of physical environment and activities on society, economy, and culture of people of particular regions. Dear students, so far you have understood that the core concern of geography as a discipline is to understand the earth as home of human beings and to study all those elements which have sustained them. Thus, geography emphasizes on the study of nature and human beings. It means geography is subjected to the debate of dualism or dichotomy. Here, a question arises, and the question is, what is dualism in geography? Do you know what is dualism in geography? Dualism means two views on geography. One view gives importance to nature and other gives importance to socio-cultural factors, and that is how it is divided into physical and human geography. Major dualism that geography faces are: number 1, nomothetic versus idiographic; number 2, systematic versus regional; and number 3, physical versus human. Let us understand these approaches. As far as nomothetic versus idiographic approach is concerned, some scholars consider geography as a nomothetic science, while others consider it as an idiographic. Therefore, a wide range debate started whether geography as a discipline should be lawmaking or theorizing, called nomothetic, or it should be descriptive, called idiographic. The nomothetic approach can be thought of as the law placing approach or the approach that looks for general laws. These general laws are applicable to large group of people. The next approach is idiography. What is it? Idiographic is the study of individuals rather than groups. It could be based on case study, self-report, interviews and autobiography. Let us move to another dualism. It is systematic versus regional approach. You have already studied the systematic and regional approach in class 11th, isn't it? Can you distinguish between these two approaches? Systematic approach was introduced by German geographer Alexander von Humboldt. In this approach, a phenomenon is studied world over as a whole, and then the identification of typologies or spatial pattern is done. For example, if a geographer is interested in studying natural vegetation, the study will be done at the world level as a first step, and then the typologies such as equatorial rainforests or softwood conical forests or monsoon forests, etc., will be identified. Whereas, in the regional approach, the world is divided into regions at different hierarchical levels, and then the geographical phenomena in a particular region are studied. These regions may be natural, political or integrated. For example, if someone is interested in studying natural vegetation, the study will be done for different region like equatorial region, monsoon region, desert region, tundra region, etc. And the third major dualism in geography is physical geography versus human geography. We have already discussed physical and human geography. We discussed that physical geography is the study of lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere, whereas human geography studies spatial relationships between human communities, cultures, economies and their interactions with the environment. After studying physical geography, human geography and other dualism in geography, it can be concluded that nature and humans are inseparable. They are inseparable elements and they should not be seen separately. It means both nature and humans should be seen holistically. You know that we often talk of the face of the earth, eye of the storm, mouth of the river, snout of the glacier, neck of the isthmus and profile of the soil. Similarly, networks of roads, railways and waterways have often been described as arteries of circulation. Moreover, German geographer like Friedrich Ratzel described the state or country as a living organism. I hope you can understand that here we are comparing the human body parts with the natural phenomena. This sort of comparison is known as metaphor. What does it show? It shows that humans and natural phenomena are integrated, they cannot be separated. After a long but important introduction of the chapter, now we move on to the first topic of this chapter, that is nature of human geography. Let us start it with basic question, and the question is, what is the nature of human geography? Dear students, now you are very much familiar that human geography studies the interrelationship between the physical environment and the socio-cultural environment created by human beings through mutual interaction with each other. The elements of physical environment are landforms, climate, soils, water, flora and fauna, whereas elements of socio-cultural environment are created by human beings such as houses, villages, cities, industries, farms, ports, road and rail network and other elements of material culture. When we talk about the interrelationship between physical environment and socio-cultural environment, we simply mean how humans have modified the physical environment, which in turn has impacted their lives to a great extent. Do you know what is modification of physical environment and why is it done? By modification we mean how we made farms and houses by cutting trees, how we laid down railway lines and how we made bridges over rivers. When we modify our physical environment, it has also in turn impacted the lives of human beings. For example, global warming, drowning of the coastal areas, reduction in forest cover, etc. Finally, we can conclude that physical environment and socio-cultural environment are interrelated. They cannot be separated. This interrelationship between them is the nature of human geography. I hope you got the idea about the nature of human geography. Before we end this part, let us sum up what we discussed. The points we discussed in this part are: number 1, an introduction of geography, difference between physical geography and human geography, definition of human geography according to different scholars like Retzel, L.N.C. Semple and Paul Weidel de la Blache. Number 4, what is dualism or dichotomy in geography? And finally, we discussed nature of human geography. Dear students, here is assignment for you. Do all the questions in your notebook. First of all, some 1-mark question. The question number 1 is, who has defined human geography as the synthetic study of relationship between human societies and earth surface? And your choice are L.N.C. Semple, B. Retzel, C. Richard Hartshorne, D. Paul Weidel de la Blache. Your second question is, nomothetic refers to what? Your choice is A. Theorizing, B. Lawmaking, C. Description, D. Both A and B. The third question is, human geography studies. Choice A. Human beings, B. Physical features, C. Relation between humans and physical features, D. None of the above. And the last MCQ is, which one of the following is not an element of human geography? Choice A. House, choice B. Farm, C. Water, D. Flora and fauna. Now 3-mark question, what is dualism in geography? Distinguish between nomothetic versus ideographic approach. And at last 5-mark question, what is human geography? Briefly explain the nature of human geography. Dear students, that is all about this part of the chapter. Rest of the chapter will be discussed in part 2. Thank you all.